Hello everyone, my name is Kumar Anup, 13B group from 6th year. My teacher name is Rakima ma'am. She is a ID teacher and my topic is systemic review and meta-analysis. Basically, it is the introduction to the concept of systemic literature review and meta-analysis. Meta-analysis both are a different things. Think of when you ask to conduct a literature review, you need to conduct a literature review. Your answer will be probably vary depending on your past experience with literature reviews through class projects as a precursor to future research or an effort in and of itself. Literature review take many forms and use different methodologies depending on the purpose of your views and or the question you aim to address. Basically, it is a selective type of reviews. Your authors and just looking for some resources a point will other methodologies require an executive research and comprehensive set of information. Review also vary with regard to the extent to which authors assess the quality and or risk of bias of is included references. There are other consideration too, but these two continuums will be helpful to conceptualize the landscape of literature review. The approach we are likely to think of first when we hear the term literature review probably falls into the category of traditional review. These tend to be descriptive overviews or topic summarized, sometimes presented to as a means to provide background to a large work and sometimes as a standalone reviews, providing trends, update, common practice of a broader review of a topic of review that fall into the category also vary with regard to a structure, strong quality or bias consideration. In some cases the approach of an author explained at all, where other approaches might fall into the loosely defined category of structural reviews. Structural reviews is basically systemic review on other hand are highly structured, clearly defined and aim to be comprehensive and account for bias and or quality of the material included in the review as well as bias and or quality of review itself. It easy to confuse the concept of a structural review with systemic review as, as the term are so similar. However, the term systemic review refer to a very specific procedure. They require planning, gathering, appreciation, extraction, synthesizing, finding where a author to adhere to published protocols, and systemic review approach aim to answer a specific question or set of question by collecting, evaluating and synthesizing all available relevant information about systemic reviews. The result is a qualitative discussion of existing information about the topic, how the reference to or do not speak to one another, gap in the field, trends across research, and how available evidence may inform action or decision. A systemic review may also include a quantitative synthesis, often using the statistical approach called as a meta-analysis. In short, meta-analysis take the finding from several studies to create a new statistics by a statistical manner, and the new analysis is based on the combined samples of the included studies, more powerful than the result of the individual studies in comprises. Finally, a cornerstone of the systemic review is transparency and replicability. And in the words, the review should be documented and reported with enough detail that another research team can accurately replicate the approach. Because of this characteristic, the systemic review and meta-analysis is considered in evidence of basis and quality of evidence. It is a pyramid of evidence. Firstly, in top we have meta-analysis, then systemic reviews, then randomized control trials, then cohort, case reports, background, and meta-analysis and systematic reviews are good reviews of evidence basis. The principle of quality when it comes to evidence for decision making. Thus, despite the fact the systemic reviews are reviewers of primary research and other information, they provide a unique and significant contribution to the field. To the field. Thank you for listening me.